Well, that was terrifyingly spectacular. All right, so last week I thought, that was enough bombshells for a little while. I thought maybe we'd have like a quiet week, a week of just chilling, of dealing with the crazy ramifications of last week. But no, absolutely not. Attack on Titan's like, no. You thought last episode was crazy. Well, this episode will literally fundamentally change how you look at the entire series. We are going to flashback to the first episode. We're going to flashback to middle bits. We're going to flashback to that huge bit in season 3. We're going to show you everything again, recontextualize everything, and make you, last week you were like, Eren's a good guy again. I mean, it's all shades of grey. I get that. Humans killing humans. It's no one's good. But he's not on the euthanasia Zeke side of it anymore. He's like, I'm back. Maybe I don't hate Mikasa. I'm awesome. And this week it was like, oh my god, is Eren like a full-on psycho evil? Like, oh man, like this episode really made me suddenly go like, are we gonna properly actually get like hero to villain? Like his whole goal is like, I'm gonna kill all the Titans, I'm gonna save the universe, I'm gonna be the hero of this world. Is he going to end up being the final big bad? Like he looked so scary and evil in this episode. It was astonishing, amazing. The writing was so good. All the voice acting is always amazing, but this week was gut-wrenching. It was horrifying. It was so exciting and spectacular. I could not believe what I was watching. So this entire episode is just like a flashback where they're dreamscaping through the memories of bloody their father. So we've got estranged Zeke, who hates his father, loathes him, is jealous of Eren, all these things. And we've got Eren, who's always, looked up to his father, but then had some memories of his that he was disturbed by, and all these things. I mean, what do you get to that? Essentially, last week ended where Zeke was like, I don't care that you've betrayed me. I'm going to save the world. But first, Eren, I'm going to save you, my little brother, my brainwashed brother. So this whole episode, he thinks Eren's been brainwashed by their father. So he's like, I'll take you through our dreams, the memories of our father, and I'll show you as many moments in his life to show you who he really is and how he really manipulated and twisted you the way he did that to me. And then Eren's just like, oh yeah. I see the error of my father's ways. You're right. I'm not brainwashed anymore. Zeke's just like, I don't like this sarcasm, Eren. And Eren's just like so cold and just like, his expressions in this episode are truly terrifying. It was so exciting to watch. So we kind of cut through a montage thing and we get to when he's like 9 years old, I think he says. And he's just like, maybe you weren't as brainwashed as I thought. And he's like, no, I'm Eren. I always followed Eren. Like, I'm my own boss. Zeke, you idiots. And it's just so awesome, the idea that he's like, I told you this wouldn't work, there's nothing you can do. And you, instead of Zeke slowly twisting Eren this episode, you see Zeke's kind of idea of what Eren is and who he is at his core completely fundamentally change. We flash back to that moment where he killed all those people that were attacking Mikasa, and he's just like, his dad's screaming and looking horrified at the thing, and then you get Zeke in the background also looking horrified, and you kind of get father and other son looking at this son being like, he is not the brainwashed little kid. And he's like, no, I will fight for my freedom. And if someone's trying to take my freedom, I'll kill them. I don't care at all. I will kill them. I've wanted to kill them since I was a baby boy. Like, since I was a child, since I was born. And Zeke's realization throughout this episode is so exciting. And this episode, if it was just that, like, it's just them observing, and he has this realization of Eren, that would be enough. That would be more than enough. It was such a great episode just because he's like, I'll convince you, Eren. I will convince you that you have been brainwashed. And the whole time, Eren's like, you have no idea who I am. Eren is such a fascinating and amazing character because he's so hell-bent and like filled with rage and anger. And he's got such a like clear idea of what he wants and how he wants to get it. Where he busts out and he attacks all those people and he becomes the Attack Titan, replicating what happened to his family, killing all those innocent people in that huge, big moment. Like, you suddenly realize like how twisted he is, even though he is still doing exactly what he thinks he needs to do to protect his freedom, to protect his people. And this episode really kind of, it just takes that an extra step further when we suddenly have this realization that Eren's behind it all. Eren started almost everything. And it recontextualizes things in such a fascinating way where it's like, we get a glimpse at the end where he kisses Historia's hand and he has that flashback where he's like, no, my father, no. Actually, that is not what he was thinking at all. Apparently, he was going, oh my God, in the future, I make my father kill all those children and I set off all these events. And then just how this, because this time travel kind of dreamscape memory thing is really kind of like, at first I was like, wait, I'm trying to piece how this is all fitting together. And I had to just rewatch it straight away. I mean, I just wanted to anyway because it was so good. But like, realizing it's like, okay, so the Attack Titan has this special superpower, this amazing superpower where you can see the future memories of like other people who have the Attack Titan. And it suddenly recontextualizes all these things earlier in the season, like in season 3, when that guy's like, you've got to save Armin and Mikasa. That was one of the most like, what? What? And I kind of forgot about it. It went into the ether of just so many so many plates spinning, so many things happening. Now, to have that all come back and have it all kind of fit into this thing where Eren is watching his father in his memories, but his father is seeing through Eren's eyes himself. And so he's having all these trip out scenes where we get the classic scene with the key, like one of the greatest mysteries in the first few seasons, and he's showing us the key, the close of the key, but now cuts to a wide shot and he's just looking at Dream Eren, which means he's kind of looking at himself or whatever, and the little kid's just barely there. He's just like, oh, it's so well crafted, it's so well thought out. It's like they must have had this idea from the start, really, because otherwise it's just so carefully and well crafted and put into place, because you suddenly just rethink and relook at so many moments of this show and it all just works. It all just fits. Nothing about this makes me go, oh, but what about, and what about this? So many big, huge twists, like just pull the rug out from under you. You can look back and go like, oh, but remember in season 2 and this happened, how does that really make sense for this and this? Whereas all of this is shifting into gear and you could be like, and just that final moment where he's like, I can't do it. He's like, I've got to kill you all. And he goes to get the knife and he can't stab it. He's like, I can't kill children. I'm a doctor. I save children. And then Eren's face, because this whole scene, as he's just breaking down, you just see Eren in the background. We get the most anime shot of all time. Where his face is just like, ah! And he's just losing his mind. He's like feeling so sick. All these people are justifying what they're doing. They're just like, actually, what we're doing, maybe it's not, maybe killing innocents who don't even know what's going on because we've wiped their memories, maybe that's not the best thing, but we've got to atone. And they're just trying to justify it. Eren's mum is literally being eaten right now. Like, what they're saying is not cool with him, and he is not okay with it. And I just, that moment where he gets down, he's like, Father, have you forgotten why you're here? Pull it together, dude. Pull it together, man. And just, oh my God, Eren. He's so scary and amazing. And just full crazy evil villain, man, going full psycho mode, but it's just so like, I understand where he's come from. He's totally justified in his own, like the best villains are the people where you just understand, you totally understand where they're coming from. Maybe he's taking it a bit too far, maybe this is too extreme, but you know what? He's been seeing this for 5 years or whenever that Historia Kiss was, seasons ago now. It's just, he's known this is coming for so long, and at that moment where he just convinces him and his father's just like, stabs, we just cut to later. Just breathtaking. The acting from his dad, like, as he, like, runs out into the fields after he comes out of the Titan, he's just flailing and screaming. He's so heartbroken, just screaming into the ether. I was like, Eren, is this worth it? How can this be worth it? And it's just so brutal, so heartbreaking. And the one bit that I didn't really understand is, like, he hugs Zeke, because they get that moment earlier on that is very Bran from Game of Thrones, where he's like, Father! And his father looks around, but he's not there. And you think that's setting something up, and I guess kind of it's setting something up with Hodo, but like, whatever, who cares? Didn't really feel like it paid off properly. Whereas this episode sets it up, and then it pays it off so well just 7 minutes or 10 minutes later when he sees Zeke and he's hugging him. And on the rewatch, I'm like, oh, of course, because Eren is looking at Zeke, so he's hugging Zeke, and he's looking from Eren's point of view, but he's also there, so he's like tripping out because he's having two kind of brain, like he's watching it through 4 eyes at once, and it's just this crazy, beautiful moment. Zeke has hated his dad. He's loathed his father for so long, and then to have his father embrace him, and he's crying, he's like, I'm sorry, and then Zeke starts tearing up, and it's just like, oh my God, this man has loathed this man for his entire life, and now he's getting his warm embrace through this mind trip out, Attack on Titan, superpower, memoryscape, just absolute insanity, and he breaks, and he loves his father just in this one little moment. Does he forgive him? Probably not, but it's just such a sweet moment. And then he's just like, Zeke, whatever you do, you can't beat Eren. He's the main character, and he's gone full psycho. Stop him, Zeke. Stop Eren. Never has a more terrifying sentence been uttered in this show. It was so bone-chilling. And then just seeing Eren, and then he throws him back into the dream, the paths of convergence, the desert place, and he's just standing there. He's still got the chains on, I think, but he's above Zeke now. Zeke's like cowering. He's like, who are you? What have you done? And it's just like, to be continued. Holy moly. Oh my dear Lord. The biggest plot twist of all time. The craziest and probably scariest moment of this is just that realization of his father just like seeing them throughout the episode. And you see these little teasers where he's like, Zeke, is that you? No, that old man can't be Zeke. And we set up these things that are just so mysterious, so kind of haunting and terrifying. But you pay it off in a way where suddenly the son who hates the father is embraced with him, tears, and then being told to stop Eren, the main character, our hero. And it's just such a crazy flip on everything, such a crazy idea to suddenly realize Eren could potentially take this so much further. Like, he busted out of that city, went full Attack Titan and destroyed everyone, killing innocents, and Mikasa and everyone was like, dude, that was not cool, dude. But his father has seen future events now, and he is utterly terrified. To say it's worse than he could possibly imagine, and he has just murdered a bunch of children, so it must be so much worse than that. It's so scary, it's so terrifying, but it's so exciting to think, okay, they're actually going to go full out. This show has never held back its punches. It's gone full crazy, full just insane, crazy stuff, but I am so scared to how deep and how dark they're going to take Eren. Like, by the end of the show, are we not going to be am I just going to be despising Eren? Like, it's such a terrifying idea, but it's so exciting. I'm so glad this show is being so wild and so crazy. There's always been magic and sci-fi and wacky powers and abilities, and they're always talking about King's blood and this and that. But this episode, and last, with the dreamscape paths converging, I think it's really started to focus in and really kind of starting to play with these big, huge, magical ideas. But this episode isn't just all crazy nonsense dreamscapes. It's really fundamentally just about two brothers with two differing ideologies, and their father who separated them through circumstance and all these things. And one of them was brought up very you've got to do it like this, Zeke. And he's presuming he's done that to Eren, but Eren's his own man. And it's just such a great way to look at these different characters, how they see the world. And it's just, honestly, the show has never been more exciting, and huge, big, magical plot twists and everything. But the character work in this episode with these two brothers and their father was just so brilliant, so heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, but just exciting. That end, just goosebumps all over my body. I didn't know what to do. I was just what is happening? Oh boy, Attack on Titan has lost its mind. I'm so excited for more. This show, at every turn, has been setting up things, and it just pays them off so good. No show has set up so much promise of what's to come. Who are the Titans? Why are they here? What's in the basement? What's across the sea? What's the end game? And every single time, I'm just blown away by the ideas and the way it all really feels like it's tied in together. It's just, this show really is one of the best shows on TV, and I'm just so excited for next week. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, all the YouTube things, and comment below. What did you think about this episode? I mean, obviously you were like, this is the greatest episode of TV I've ever seen. Let me know all your thoughts. I'm super keen to hear what people think. This was just so good, so crazy. Magic is awesome, and when it's done properly, time travel, future, past, memories, dreamscapes, it's so good. I love how this one was just it actually makes sense. It's not just we're traveling in the past and there's no rules and we'll do whatever. It's no. He's the Attack Titan. He's the future one. He's seeing glimpses through Eren's eyes. Everything he's seeing is just Eren's vision. He's always seeing Zeke because Eren's seeing Zeke. He's never talking about seeing Eren, but he knows that it is Eren, and it's just, oh, it is so exciting. It is so cool to see how it's all come full circle. Eren being the one to make him kill all those children, all those things to get the Titan power. It's just so mind-blowing. It's so exciting. And just to see those little glimpses throughout the episode where all these moments that we've seen before, from the first episode, and Eren's saying these things and he's like, oh, Eren's right, I better go kill all those people. And then when he gets there, adult Eren's like, yeah, bloody kill those people. Don't you dare back out on me now. The idea that he never was going to do it. And without Eren there, would he have done it? But I guess Eren was always there. Just this, I love this time cycle thing where you're like, the chicken or the egg? Chicken or the egg? What came first? Neither, both? Oh, just, it's so mind-blowing, so exciting. This show is just too good.